Hey everyone, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about a resource that we have that is a very cool resource for realtors, and for whatever reason most agents don't actually seem to use it. But I want our Plum Tree agents to use it because it's definitely something that sets us apart against our competitors in the marketplace. So I'm going to give you a little tour today so you can see how to use it. And it's basically NARRPR.com, and it's a website that we get for free. Actually, we pay thousands of dollars for it as a realtor, but you get it for free, added on to what you pay, and you just go to this website. So you basically just come to this website, and when you first get here, the first day that you log in, it's going to ask you for a NARRPR number, which is your National Association of Realtor number. And most agents don't have it, so I recommend going down to the bottom of the screen. There's a 877 number, and they're open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I haven't tried them on Christmas morning yet, but they're open a lot. So call them, and they can provide your number, your NARRPR number, or NERDS number, or however you want to describe that. And so basically, once you have your account set up, then you'll have access to this really cool website. It's sort of like Zillow on steroids, okay? I'll show you a little bit. I'll just type in this address here that I was kind of poking around a little bit. I'll look at that, click on the search button, and it's going to bring you to a screen that then shows you an immense amount of information about this property, okay? So one thing it's going to do is show you historical photos that have been taken through realtors. Anytime that the house has been listed, it will have a compilation of all those photos, and it's going to give you a basic value of the property, and then it has all these home facts about the property, which is amazing. Okay, so once you have the property, then you can click on Create Report, and it will bring you to a screen. There's several different types of reports you can do there. I generally do the first one, property report, but there's sellers reports and flyers and mini reports and different things, and you can dig into that. You can personalize the report by typing their name in there and a message. Sometimes I'll type in my website, how they can list their house, or I'll have them, I'll type in there that this is just an estimate of the value of their house, and they should schedule a site inspection so I can come over and take a look at their home for a more precise valuation. So you can either display the property now as a PDF, the report, or you can email it to them directly through NARRPR, which is generally how I do it. So I'm going to click on Display Now, and I'm going to click on Run Report, and it's going to start generating this report. And it takes about 2 minutes. And so we'll wait for that to take place here. Okay, so the report has been generated, so I'm going to download that report, and brings me to this screen. And I usually open it up in Acrobat Pro. And so you've got this really cool report that it puts together. And notice that this is a 32-page report. And it just takes a matter of minutes, and you have a 32-page report that you can send out. Let me show you how this looks. Basically, it's going to brand it with your picture, your logo, your contact information. It's going to have a picture of their house on the front. It's going to have all this amazing information, including what they think the value of the house is. So look, it has an aerial photo of their home. It's going to show all the information about the house. It's going to have an energy consumption score, property photos. These are the historic photos that have been published on the MLS at some point in the life of the house, and it's just amazing details that go into this. Property history, it has finance information. It's going to have valuation trends and neighborhood facts and school data. So it has all this information. And the reason why this is so important is because anytime a person, think about it from the standpoint of buyers. When a buyer, maybe you'll get a Zillow lead or some internet lead, and they say, hey, I'd like information about this house. So some other agent is going to send them what? An MLS spec sheet, 1 page maybe, right? But you're going to be the person that sends them a 32-page property report. And what we're finding is that people don't really want, they're not looking for a pushy salesman, right? They're looking for a salesperson who provides the best information. So you can win through content sales, content marketing, by providing the best information, and that's what this report actually does for you. So you've got this great report, and let me see here, I'll get back to this screen. I've been looking at different reports today, and so now the question comes, what about that valuation thing? Is that a true value, or is that not? Well, you can refine the value, you can get a better estimate of what it's worth, or you can even create a comp analysis report for the property. And I use this when I do comp reports if someone wants to list their house. So it's so easy. You click on Create Report, and the first thing it's going to do is ask you to confirm the facts. So you go through, yeah, that all looks pretty good, so I'm going to click on Confirm. And then the next thing it's going to do is it's going to ask you to find comps. So you click on Find Comps, and let me scroll up here a little bit. I happen to know that this neighborhood, all these homes tend to be in about the same category. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a polygon around the neighborhood, okay? And that tends to be across the board kind of how it works, right? You get a listing, and most of the houses in the neighborhood are pretty similar. So I'm going to go up to here. Let me see, I'll scroll down here, draw this, maybe out here a little bit more. Bam, I've got the, so that's my zone where I'm going to do my look for the comps, and then I'm going to modify the search a little bit. So far it's found that many comps. I'm looking in, I'm going to look for houses that are all 4 bedrooms and see what that does. And my objective when I'm looking for comps, I tend to want to look for houses that are very similar, and so I'm going to make it 4 bedrooms, 3 baths, and let's just see. And I'm looking for about 5 comps is what I'm looking for typically when I do a sale. So that's got 12, and so let me modify it a little bit more to get the number down to about what we've got. Sometimes a year built thing will make a difference, and I know that the subject property here is about 12 years old. So I'm going to say, let's make this 1995 to 2000 and 2010, maybe, something like that, so that the houses are all kind of the same age. So that made it 2 properties. I want to expand that just a little bit. So let's make this 1992. Let's search for that. That's got 3 properties. That well, let me look at those. Those are pretty good. Let me see if I can get one more in there. So I'm going to expand the age a little bit more, make it 1991, and that's 3. Let's make it 1990, and search. Okay, 5 properties. That's what I usually look for, is about 5 properties when I'm doing comps, okay? So then I look at each one and try to get an idea, are these about the same? And I know the neighborhood a bit. I've done a little poking around, and I know that one's pretty good. This one is definitely a good comp. That one's a good one. And I would probably, yeah, I would include all these. Now sometimes you're going to get a foreclosure in there, or you'll get some wild aberration, or maybe a house that's 100 years old, or maybe a house that's brand new. Maybe it's a house trailer, and so you see these extremes, and sometimes you want to eliminate those. But what we're looking at, these are pretty good comps, and so it's going to add that to the report. I'm going to update the valuation and close. Okay, so then I'll go back to the summary, and it's going to show the comp analysis. So NARRPR is saying it's about 255, but when I ran the comps, it's about 247. And so then I'll create a report that will also add in the comp properties as well to the report. So this just gives you so much credibility when you can show this information to your clients. So I usually print this out and I'll bring it. Sometimes I'll print the first 10 pages if I don't want to print all 32 pages. And I'll take this to my listing appointments if I'm meeting with a client and it's a really nice report to give to them. Let me show you one other thing that's really nice. You see this map. I'm going to click on bigger map because sometimes clients, everybody thinks their house is worth more than what it's usually worth, right? And so this is one of the ways that I help to work with clients. So let's look at this particular property. Right here it's at 255 is what they're thinking the value is. But you look at all the houses around and you can kind of see the neighborhood at a glance, what houses are there. So these are 264, 270, 274, 277. So, you know, if it's saying 255, you might look at that and say, yeah, maybe that's worth more. Maybe it's worth more than 255. Or if you're doing a listing appointment, what usually happens is this person with this house, they're trying to sell it for $300,000. Or maybe it's an expired listing and it's expired because it's too expensive, and you go show up and you show them this map and you say, you know, I know you think it's worth 300. I can definitely respect that, but you know, look at your neighborhood. There's no other $300,000 houses in the neighborhood. So this isn't just your opinion. This is showing some data points that are, it's really compelling and helps you to make your case. So the whole point of this is that the way you're going to beat your competition is by providing the best information, okay? And if your clients are providing MLS sheets, you be the person that provides a NARRPR report and really knock their socks off with that. And the internet's changed everything. It used to be that the most pushy salesman won, okay, until the internet came along. And now that we have the internet, buyers are in charge. Salesmen aren't in charge of the transaction. Buyers are in charge of the transaction. And buyers demand content. They demand that you have information. And they're going to find the salesperson that has the best information. And by golly, Plumtree agents, we're going to be the agents with the best information. So make sure you use these NARRPR reports to knock their socks off.